Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Ask the Expert. My name is Daniel Horowitz, and today we're going to talk about how do we fill in the details on your family tree. As the title says, this is Ask the Expert, so you are more than welcome to use the panel on your screen with the area for the questions and write questions over there. I will be getting them through the presentation and will try to address them as better as I can. And if not, at the end, I'm going to start reading the questions and answering one by one. Okay, so without further ado, let me just check something here and we can just go ahead. As I said, my name is Daniel Horowitz. I'm the expert genealogist at MyHeritage. I'm dedicated to genealogy since 1986, more or less. Yes, I was quite young back then. And even after that, in Venezuela, I was taking care of a family history project called Searching for My Roots. Since 2016, since 2006, I am working for MyHeritage, and since then, happily ever after. I'm also dedicated to genealogy on my non-professional day-to-day with crowdsourced digitization and transcription projects for the Genealogy Society here in Israel. Okay, so now we can go directly into the website, and I have chosen today a very basic tree as the one that you probably did when you registered to MyHeritage or when you started with your genealogy. As you can see, I have very few pieces of information there, and I'm missing obviously a lot. So the one thing that you can already see I'm missing is pictures. And I like to see the faces of my relatives there. So I will strongly suggest you to click on this camera that every silhouette has and just drag and drop or select any picture from your computer. That will allow you also to zoom in and out and focus on the face of the individual that you're adding. And just by clicking OK, that image is going to be saved as the personal picture of the person. Now, you see that MyHeritage tells me that this person was born and died in born in 907 and died in 997. How can I improve or add more information? All what you need to do is to click on the pencil. Each card should show a pencil right there, and it will display kind of a summary of information. What you are seeing here is the actually very basics: birth, marriage, and death. You can either select the things from the drop-down menu, both for the general information or for the dates. For places, MyHeritage will take in account the places that you use in your family tree. And if not, you can just start typing and the options will come right away. You can also here set if the person is living or deceased, and this is very important because privatization. Every individual marked as living will be automatically privatized. Every person marked as deceased will show the death information that you can actually fill, including the cause of death. And MyHeritage has a few already pre-filled for you. You can, of course, and always edit this as you will like. And then the wife information or the marriage information for the person. So this, as I said, is the very basic details. Okay, now you see that in the bottom it says that I can edit more information, biography, and more facts. So let's click here, and MyHeritage will display a menu of categories where we have classified all the facts and all the events that you can imagine. The first one are going to be the very essential ones, very similar to the image I showed you before when you click the pencil, but I would like to point out this part, the additional names, because sometimes people have a different religious name, or they change their name so they have a former name or a nickname. You can fill and save all that in here. From the birth, you can also put some baptism information if that will be relevant for your person. Very important, every time that you want to keep on adding information, you need to click the Save and Continue button at the bottom of the screen. Now, Ingrid is already telling me or asking me if you mark Holocaust as the reason of the death. There is a special icon that appears on the person profile page. Yes, Ingrid, that is right. MyHeritage has what I call the Jewish heart, and we decided to mark those people that have perished during the Holocaust in World War II. So they will have like a yellow star next to their names. Okay, so the next option will be the family. And here we're talking about parents and wife or spouse, better said. You will be able to establish what is the exact relationship between the spouse or between the parents. If it's an adoptive parent, if it's a natural child, you can put all that here, including you can write the name of the witnesses for that marriage. The next section will be the biography, and this is just open text that you can write whatever you want here. You can write a full biography of the person, or you can add as many notes as you want about the life of the person. The next option will be the contact info, and this is not only the address, but also email, phone, fax. Remember those? Yeah, some people are still using them. And because we know that people moved and some people actually lived in different places depending on the years, you can actually enter dates for every address that you put in. And a recommendation whenever you are typing an address, think like in the old good days when you had to write a letter for somebody after the name. You used to put the number and the street and the town and the county and the state and the zip code. So try to fill all those pieces of information here. And if you don't know the exact dates, at least put the years, and that will be very helpful to try to find your relatives in the different times on the world. The next one will be work, and people can have different occupations in different places. You can make notes of them, and of course, again, different time frames when the person was doing that work. The next one will be education, and yes, exactly with the same criteria. People study and educate themselves in different times in different places. You can record all that. Favorites is the next one, and I have to admit this is not very genealogical, but still very interesting to know if you know what movies, what activities, what cuisines or getaways liked your relative. The next one is going to be a little bit more personal, not only the religion or nationality, but languages, height, weight, hair color, eye color, physical description of a person. Now we're approaching the very last one, and before that, we have here source citations. Please, 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 whenever you are recording information about your ancestors, write the proper source citations. Because what's going to happen is that after some time, you're going to find yourself scratching your head trying to figure out where this information came from. No, even if it's this Aunt Mary after a couple of wine at Friday night dinner, you should say exactly who told you that piece of information, when, and where. Now we're arrived to the very last option, which is all facts. And here I have to reveal a secret. When I do genealogy, when I do my personal genealogy, I actually come directly to this last option. In here, I will see all the facts that I have registered for that person. In here, I can add notes, I can add the citation, I can even add a photograph. And as you can see in the example, I like to do that from the documents that I extracted the information. What I can also do here is I can add other facts. And if you think you know everything about your family, I challenge you to go over all the facts that MyHeritage has pre-recorded for you. And if you still need a new one that it's not there, you can just type and do your own category or your own fact type and record it here in the view of the person. So I come here, I see the facts, I add other facts, I use the source citations, and I add notes and photos, and I try to record everything as best as I can. So now all what I need to do is to click Save and Close, and we'll get back to the family tree now, hopefully with more information, and that should trigger the smart matches, because now MyHeritage has more information to compare with other people. So Norma is asking who can see the information entered in this recorded for this individual. Well, Norma, definitely the people who you are inviting to your family tree to share with your relative, but also it will depend if the person is alive or dead. And if the person has this black ribbon here, it means that it's marked at least as deceased. Deceased people are totally public by default. When you build a family tree on MyHeritage, we start with some default settings. You can go into other Ask the Experts that we had before, but right here in the upper right corner is where you can find how the tree is set up. You can actually close and have everything privatized, living or dead individuals, without any problem. Now, before I keep answering those questions, I would like to show you the left panel, or at least that's how we refer to it. And it's hidden right here on the left where this little silhouette is in the corner. And I can change the information in this panel according to the people that I click on the menu, on the tree, I'm sorry. The reason for that is because also from here, I can edit the basic information, or I can go actually to the profile of this person, or I can add other individuals and other relatives to the tree. I can also add individuals by clicking on the cards on the top or the pluses below each of the squares or the cards of the individuals, and you can add as many people as you want in your tree. Here you will see the photos or videos that you have for the individual and all the facts that you have recorded. From here, you can also add more facts. Have you heard that all the roads leads to Rome? Well, all the roads leads to more facts on MyHeritage. You click add a fact and you're already familiar with all the list of facts that MyHeritage has for you. And if you need to do a very specific change, you have next to each of the facts a pencil, and here I can actually select the information, and I know that this was in January, so I'm going to save it, and you will have that information over there automatically. Peter is asking, why are there more categories online than on my desktop app? No, Peter, there are not. They're exactly the same if you are working with a family tree builder. It's probably that you are only looking at the very basics or the common ones, but if you go to all facts, you will see exactly the same because the online version is 100% syncable with the software. If we have trees in other programs, is there a way to import all people and sources to MyHeritage so as not to have to start from scratch? Is asking Luis. Yes, definitely. You can do that by importing a JETCOM. JETCOM is the standard format that you can move family trees from one place to the other. Also, from MyHeritage, you can export a JETCOM of your tree and take it as a backup to any other place. Jack is asking, can you explain more in details how to drag and drop a picture to the tree? Sure, Jack. Let me add first, you know what, if I'm having already the left panel open, let's do on the left panel, I have an option that says add a photo. This will be another option. Then here, let me see. I was not quite prepared for this question, but I'm pretty sure I can do this. You see now I am dragging. Okay, wait, you may not be able to see it. Let's show you the whole shebang. 1 second. So this is a folder in my computer and I have here all kind of images. I'm gonna click without leaving the hand or the finger from my mouse, and I'm going to drag into here and I'm gonna let it go whenever I'm here. Let's say that the person is actually and yes, I know that this is a page from a newspaper, but you can see that I can zoom in or out to focus on the person. And if I click OK, and I will do that, the photo is going to be recorded and uploaded and set as the personal image of that individual. In fact, the kind of, for example, FTP doesn't show favorites or, okay. So Peter is correcting me about favorites and biography on the FTP. Yes, Peter, you have those. And you know what? I'm going to add the FTP, the Family Tree Builder, as one of the upcoming Ask the Experts, probably for the month of May. So in the meantime, and while the picture is loading, and because we're already talking about the upcoming Ask to the Expert, I would love to see you every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. New York time or Eastern Daylight Time now. Next week on the 14th, we have a little bit of a change here. We're going to be talking about the consistency checker. This is a great tool that MyHeritage has to improve those details that you will be adding during the whole weekend. Then on next week on Thursday, we're gonna generate some charts and graphics. And during the month of April, we're going to be accepting record matches. We're gonna talk about the pedigree map. Later on, we're going to talk about the theory of family relativity and the instant discoveries. And I still have the same mistake here. No, April doesn't have 228s. The last one, instant discoveries, is April 30th, almost the last day of April. A few other announcements I would like to share with you is, first of all, the very few more days that you have to enjoy free censuses, free U.S. censuses records. MyHeritage is opening all the U.S. censuses for you to use in these troubles times that you need to be safe and at home. So hopefully you will enjoy the records over there. And if after that you are still bored, until the 22, we have the in color feature, totally free until April 22, as I already said. So you can upload as many pictures, black and white, or those color pictures that today they are more red probably, and they're not that bright with the colors. It really makes miracles when you process them through the in color feature right there. I'm sorry, one of the latest release that we did was to add another option here on the settings, so you can play with the settings of the in color and make sure that you can have the best colors for your image. Now, if you are wondering what I was doing, on the chat, I just put all the list of the next Ask to Experts with the proper links for you to register. And all the recordings from those videos or those sessions are going to be published at the knowledge page on MyHeritage, education.myheritage.com. In here, you can already see past recordings, you can see other webinars, you can see articles and how-to videos. You have a wealth of information there how to best take advantage of MyHeritage. I would like to invite you also to follow me on social media. There is where I keep you updated of all the information and the news and the releases that MyHeritage is doing. And I can already tell you that we have very good news coming next month. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention. Either if you are here live or recording, it's always a pleasure for me to answer your questions. If you are here live, you have the advantage that you can write your questions on the panel and I can read them and answer right here for you. Lois is asking a way to make your tree private. Yes, definitely. This is what we already show you in the wheel, dented wheel on the upper right corner. Jack, I'm going back to you because remember that we added a picture to my person, my individual here. Now, every time MyHeritage will be talking about that person, you will see that image, and you will agree with me that that is not really the picture of the person. And I personally don't like, other people do, put documents as the images because probably there is no image for that person. Some people also does tombstones, which is also not my cup of tea. So what I'm going to show you now is how you can edit that image from the profile from the left panel here. You can click on the pencil and you can actually change the image here, or I can clear the profile picture and just click OK, and that image will not be assigned anymore to that person. So Jack, I hope that all this explanation was detailed and actually very useful. How do you save the colorized photo to your computer? Is asking Carol. Carol, let me go and show you right here. I'm going to my photos. I'm going to look for a photo that was already colorized. How do I know which photos were colorized? Because I have this little icon on the lower left corner, I'm sorry, right corner of every picture. When I go into that picture, you will see on the top an option to download, and we will offer you to download the original, the colorized photo, or a comparison of those picture, both the black and white and the color, one next to the other. Katie is saying, I noticed that you made a change of the way the woman maiden name is entered. I appreciate the change. Okay, well, Katie, this was there quite a long time ago. Let's go to family tree. On the details of the person, yes, and I didn't emphasize probably that. You have a maiden name and you have a married name, and then also here in the corner, you will have the options. If you want to see the married name, the maiden name, or you want to see both, or even if you want to use the spouse name only in the view here, and we will kind of taking it automatically and put it over there. So Katie, you're welcome. I'm very happy you like it. And Mary is asking again where to find the information of future webinars. Well, Mary, I just wrote you in the chat of this session. You should be able to see all the details, including the correct details over there. Or you know what, I can also come here and go a little bit back and put you the next days right there. Ingrid is asking, hi Ingrid, always a pleasure to see you here. How do you get notified when there are MyHeritage live sessions on Facebook? Well, yes, we are also having live sessions in Facebook, and the best way will be to have an eye on our Facebook page. Over there, we advertise all the Facebook live that we are going to do. Cindy is saying you can save the chat. Yes, Cindy, I think you can select everything in the chat and you can copy and paste it, and that chat you can paste it in someplace else without no problem. Or she's saying file menu at the top. Okay, I didn't know that, Cindy, so thank you very much for letting us know. We are always learning things here. I don't see any more questions. If you have questions, you are more than welcome to type it over there. We still have a couple of minutes. If not, we're going to end today at 9:30 sharp, which is kind of unusual. And if you remember any question right after this session ends, you can always go to the knowledge base, or you can go to our FAQ page at myheritage.com/help. Again, I would like to thank you all for being here. I'm going to ask you, please stay at home, stay safe, take care of your family, and keep doing genealogy. Have a wonderful day.